Hey, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. This is my Women in Football series continues. I got another great guest podcast family returning to the show. But before I bring her on, let's get it. All right, welcome to another great episode of the Real Deal podcast. I'm your host, as always, Courtney Harden. It is the Women in Football series continues. Like I said before on my last episode, glad to be back off of vacation. And it is NFL kickoff week. We just had a big weekend of college football games. That started Thursday all the way until I think today, actually. I think it was a game today. I know it was one yesterday, and now I believe today's the last day of this week. But now, the NFL starts on Thursday. Regular season, my Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys open the season up. The game's on Friday, and there's a Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, Monday. So very, very excited about that. But I got a great guest coming up here. But before I bring her in, you can follow the show on all the podcast platforms, whether it's Spotify, Apple. We're also on YouTube, BS3 Network, BS3TVLive.com, the Roku channel, BS3 Network Roku channel. So, yes, wherever you get podcasts, we are there. And you can follow me on Instagram, let me bring in my guest here. Like I said, she's podcast family. Looking forward to talking with her, catching up with her as well. Donni Rae Blackwell. Let's see. She does a little of everything: sideline reporting, podcaster. She's got the lead podcast. She just relaunched. And so, Donni Rae, back on the show. Welcome back on the show. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It's always a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm always enjoy having you on, just catching up with you and everything too. But how's everything going? And thanks for being part of my women in football series.
Yeah, everything's been going good. Trying to get back into the grind. I did just have
Yeah,
to move back to Pittsburgh. So kind of trying to adjust. Like I haven't lived here for like 2 years, but I was back home in Maryland after I graduated. So coming back, just trying to figure out the flow of things and really just trying to up my game as far as sideline reporting because that's what I came back for.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, like I said, you do sideline reporting. You've done you have the podcast, and I did see that you got, like I said, back to the sideline reporting. Fox 53, 22 to point. You back on there, so we'll talk about that a little bit and kind of just catch up with you. So again, thanks for doing this for the time. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, well, let's get into uh the sideline reporting, getting back into it, getting and you're back with Fox 53, 22 to point. Talk about how that all came about this upcoming season.
Yeah, I think my coworker reached out to me and like because I think last time I was on the podcast I was talking about like post grad life and all that
Yes.
stuff and how
Yep.
frustrating it was. So I
Hmm.
don't know if it was maybe April or May he had reached out
Yeah,
and
April.
just
Yep.
asked me like, did you want to come back? And I was looking for, a full-time position before that, but nothing was lining up. Not that I wasn't
Hmm.
getting any job offers, they just weren't something that I wanted to be a part of. And before that, I had relaunched my podcast because I just needed something to do in order to keep practicing, keep interviewing people to, stay on top of my craft. But I ended up moving back here August 10th, and my roles kind of switched a little bit at the station now because I'm not, in school anymore.
Yeah.
They're giving me a lot more responsibilities. We're doing different segments because I have the free time to do so now. Trying to show up more at the station, kind of be more involved with like talking to the coaches, talking to the athletes on my own time and stuff like that, just so that I can actually feel what it's like to be, in my career because I was juggling school and work the last time I was doing it. So it was a
Yeah.
lot that I had to miss because I had class. So now that this is something that I'm pursuing and want to pursue full time, I'm trying
Right.
to just be more immersed into it. And so far, it's going good. I had my first game last week.
Yeah.
Seeing little bits of changes that I made in comparison to last year, not trying to be super hard on myself, but last week went pretty well. My whole family came to support me, and it
No
was a
doubt.
great game. Got to interview Damar Hamlin on the first game of the season, so that was also cool.
Yeah, I saw the first game that you did last week, and as you said, inspiration on and off the field with Damar Hamlin. How was that experience? As you said, with your family and the support being there, and able to, you said, and I know we like I said, I told you you've been on the show a couple of times now, like this your fourth or fifth time, and so you were talking about, like you said, you want to pursue this full time, and then you said you're back on the sidelines, and not in school now. So now you said you got more free, a little bit more, I guess, more freedom to do this now, to do the sideline reporting. So how was that first game?
If I'm being honest, I thought it was horrible when I was doing it. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I felt like I was all over the place. I was super nervous, but actually, after the game was over, I was like, oh wait, I kind of did good. Like my cousin took like videos of me, my parents took videos, and I was looking at those, and then they posted the interview, and I'm like, that wasn't bad. But
Right.
when in the middle of it, you're like, oh my god, I could have did this better. I should have asked a
Right.
better question. Your nerves really get to you, and then as soon as the game was over, I had went and talked to my coworkers. They do the play-by-play person and the color commentator, they can hear me in their ears when I do my sideline hits, and
Hmm.
they had nothing constructive to say. They were just like, we can really tell the difference between last year and this year. Not that I wasn't good last year, but their main focus, they're kind of like mentors to me.
Okay.
But they're just like, this is the first time we've seen you actually have fun with it. Last year I was in classes that were more news based, so it was kind of hard to make that switch. So now that's something that I've been focusing on, sounding supernatural, having fun, because it's football. You don't
Yeah.
always want to sound like reporting live from so and so. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it went pretty well. I already had like a rapport built with Damar, just because he's seen me before. I interviewed him last year. He's always at pit games, so I became like a familiar face. And I just told him like, hey, I might need you a little bit later during the game. And he was like, just come grab me, and that was it. And that was like one of the most natural interviews I did, because he had his little brother and his little brother's friends. I think they were
Mhm.
all on like a youth team, so it was hard trying to get the kids together and him. It was a lot, but it ended up working out.
For sure. For sure. And I saw the video. And I thought you did a real good job, a really, really good job. And but I know what you mean about, like, we're our own critic,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to try to be, I guess, I don't know, perfect, but you feel like, oh, I could have did this interview better, I could have did this better. And like you said, it might take a little bit of time. Like I said, you're getting right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you're like, it's like, y'all, you're full swing. I got the first game out. Now I can now, but I thought you did pretty
Thank
good.
you.
They're real good, actually. Yeah, you got to support me all the time. So for sure. So I'll always look in you're winning. So that just I love seeing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So what's next for you these next few games coming up?
So we have, I think, 8 more games. We didn't do a week 0, so we missed out on one game. But next week, my cousin is actually the head coach of one of the teams that will be reporting on. That'll be playing next week. It'll be a good game. I realized that Pennsylvania football, and I think I said this last time I was on the show, but Pennsylvania football is different. It's
Mhm.
hardcore. So like every matchup I feel like we have this year, it's like really intense. Not that our
Right.
schedule wasn't good last year, but I felt like we had like maybe what would have been like just a easy pass for some teams, but I feel like these teams we have this year are a little bit more, gritty, actual football. These
Right.
teams are familiar with each other, and just like the fact that I was there last year, I'm kind of getting to know the teams. I'm more
Mm.
comfortable with what's going on, the
Yeah.
history of the teams, so it's making it way easier for me. um, so yeah, kind of just I don't even know, like just getting better each rep. I actually meet with like my mentor each week. We go over the film that of the last week's game. I'm meeting with one of my professors too on Monday just to kind of chat about some of the things that I can fix. What I want to fix. Also, we have this new segment we're trying to create, which is me like doing from my point of view like pregame stuff with the kids,
Right.
just like try they've been really working on letting me get as many on air reps as I can just because
Mm.
they know like this isn't where I want to stop. So they're trying to, push me out there, post me on all of their social media, keep me in the loop basically so everybody knows who I am. And, I really appreciate them for doing that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah. Like I
Yeah. Like I
said,
said, you
you've been doing
you've
some
been doing some
satellite
satellite
reporting
reporting
anyway for the
anyway for
last
the last
couple
couple
what since
what
I've
since
known
I've
you,
known you,
last few
last few
years.
years, and
As you
as you
said, now
said,
you
now
got
you
that,
got that
comfortability,
comfortability,
and you
you
got right
got
back
right back
into it.
into it.
Yeah, best
Yeah,
of luck
best of
with
luck with
the many
the many
blessings
blessings
with this
with this
season for
season
you
for you.
Thank you.
on that.
On that.
Yeah, for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure. And
And you also really say you talk about
relaunching
you relaunched the
the
podcast. You
podcast.
got
You
the
got the
lead.
lead.
What can
What
we
can we
expect
expect
for the
for the
relaunch? You already
relaunch? You already
relaunched it, but
launched it,
what
but
can
what
we
can we
expect
expect
for the with the relaunch?
relaunch?
So actually, the relaunch, I wasn't expecting to come back here. So like, it's kind of prolonged. It wasn't supposed to be this long of a relaunch,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that's only because when I came back, I had asked my station for a favor, like, hey, I've been doing my podcast on my own. If I come back, can you guys like help me? So that's what's kind of taking so long. We're trying to figure out how I can like transition from what I was doing in my room in Maryland to down here in the station. I have like a producer that I work with, and he's like, no, if you're going to do it here, we're going to do it right. Like, we're not going
Yeah.
to put out no bad quality. So that's what's taking long. So hopefully
Right.
Right.
it'll be more high quality, like just the camera, the background, um, the content has been something I've been struggling with too. Just doing it all on my own, so I actually will have help. But I was planning on interviewing more of my friends as far as the ones in the league, but they're probably busy. So now it's
Yeah.
kind of going to be like what we're doing, like media people, some of my friends who report on the sideline. I really want to do something like where I bring my friend on and maybe we like break down a game or something.
Mm.
Mm.
Um, and kind of me just talking because now I've been kind of just trying to be like a content creator in a way, like building my brand.
Right.
And what I feel like we don't see a lot in the media from girls in journalism is advice.
Right.
There's panels and all that stuff, but sometimes you can't just look stuff up on like how to maneuver in this field because it is very difficult being a woman, especially a black woman. So I may just do some little sit downs, and some people always ask me questions on how I got started. So I kind of been wanting to do videos on that, like how I got started. I have one in my head called like 5 things nobody tells you about interviewing athletes. Like
Mm.
some people just don't know. Like I didn't know these things. So
Right.
kind of just want to be, I'm kind of trying to find my niche, but being like somebody people can talk to, learning from my mistakes and stuff like that. So it'll be a little bit of everything. I don't want my podcast to just be athletes in interviews anymore because it's like I'm a silent reporter. I do that. So I want something different.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So
kind
you
of like
kind of
try
like
to
try to
like you
like you
said, with the
said, with the
production,
production,
different
different
ways of
ways of
interviewing,
interviewing.
and things like that. But I saw the relaunch that you did in June, I think it was,
Mhm.
and I saw some of the I listened to some of the episodes, and incredible episodes. Uh, so for sure, like who else would you want to interview? Like you said, you had coaches, media personalities, content creators. Is it like one specific person, or is it all, or just you said athletes?
Mhm.
Yeah, are you trying to get like just a variety of people just to interview,
Yeah.
sit down interview?
Well, if I didn't have to move, I was supposed to be doing my friend. He just made the 53-man roster for the Bills. His name's Dorian Strong.
Mm,
I wanted him on there. He's a rookie. I'm still probably going to get him on there. We grew up together. We're both from Maryland. Him, I have some friends that are in media. My friend Lauren Robertson, she's a woman in sports. She actually just did her first game with the SWAC as a sideline reporter, but me and her kind of going through the same things, trying to get our
right.
foot in the door. So I wanted to talk to her about that. Like, what is it like getting your foot in the door? And now that she's done her first sideline game, what was that like? Another friend, Danielle Strong, she's a reporter for UCF. And she just finished her internship with ESPN. I think I don't know exactly which ESPN internship she was in, but she had a ESPN internship. So kind of just a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
especially highlighting the women. I also have a cousin. He worked in sports and he helped me a lot with like jobs and stuff. So him and well, I had another friend who's an athlete, but he ended up being out for the season, so there's kind of no point in that. And
Mm,
then some of my other friends are trying to find a new team. So as far as athletes, kind of gotta wait to see what happens.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that's it. And I also like went back to my track team, like to kind of not coach. They wanted me to, but not coach, but be around my old high school because one of my old coaches has a track and field podcast, and I've been trying to get into track and field as well. I was supposed to do a track series, I just never did it. But doing stuff like that, trying to find athletes, I would love to get Melissa Jefferson on here.
Mm,
But
yeah.
yeah, I think track is the next place that I'm gonna kind of dig into just because that's some place that I've had experience in because I
Right.
did it myself, so I actually know about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Melissa Jefferson, Wooden. Now, trying to win the 100 and 200. The Worlds is coming up. The World Championships is
Yeah.
coming up.
Didn't you go to the
And
Grand Slam thing
yeah, I
back in the
did.
day? I was
Yeah.
supposed to go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we've talked about that
Yeah, but did
before.
you see that nobody's getting paid?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
was like, "Oh my
They
lord."
barely made it to Philly because there was talks about that they might not they was going to cancel that,
Mhm.
but they did. It was a really good track meeting, and it was excellent. It was warm. It was very warm on one day. It rained one day, and then the next day was hot. But yeah, it was a good experience. It was a good, a lot of good races. He said Sidney McLaughlin, Melissa Jefferson, Gabby Thomas. So a lot of the big names were there, but that's a mess.
That is a mess, and I think, I'm pretty sure that wasn't Michael Johnson's intentions.
Yeah, I
But
don't think so either.
with track and field, it's like I know that they don't run every, year like a big competition like the Olympics, but that's still them putting their bodies on the line
Yeah,
for something that you said you wanted to create to become something like the World Championships. And it was already rocky starting. Like there were stars there, but
yeah,
everybody wasn't there. So
right.
if that was the next goal to get everybody there, it's like this is kind of gonna stunt their growth just a little bit. But I don't think it's his fault. I think somebody who was a co-founder, I can't think of the word.
Yeah, yeah. And it
They
was an
backed out of it.
investor. Yeah, one of the a couple of investors backed out.
Yeah.
So I don't blame Michael at all either. It's not his fault. Um, but there was some bad investment deals that just they backed out,
Mhm.
and then but they had to cancel the LA one. That was the last stop. But like
Right.
you said, it was a rocky start with the first they did the first one was in Jamaica, and it didn't sell out at all. So that was a start of like, okay, if you didn't sell out in Jamaica, I guess the timing was just not great. So there was other things going on in Jamaica. I think they had the Jamaican, they might have their trials around the same time. So people didn't show up there, so I didn't have a big crowd there. Miami, I guess, got a little bit better. Philly was really good, but like you said, now he owes, I think he owes Apple like 13 million, something like that. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's like, where are you? Because I think he was doing it to kind of get his money right.
yeah,
So hopefully, these athletes aren't like. I mean, I know they probably needed the money, like some of them,
yeah,
like the younger ones. I know Sydney she's probably okay, but
yeah.
like I think his name is Kenny,
Oh,
Kenny
Kenny Bednarik.
Bednarik.
Yep. Uncle
Yeah,
Kenny.
he seemed like a racer who might have, because I don't think he has that many endorsements, stuff like
Right.
that. But hopefully they show him some grace.
Yeah, I hope so. And the thing is too with this whole the way it went down, I feel like now that the trust is gone. Not a lot of these athletes are gonna, because he's talking about, Michael Johnson's talking about, he apologized, he understand, he's a world champion himself, Olympic champion himself, gold medalist, and he knows how other avenues to make money, and so he was trying to help, to track athletes gain more money, more notoriety, and everything, which they
Mhm.
deserve. But I guess it was a bad investment at the end of the day. It was a
Yeah.
very bad investment, and now he's talking about season two. He's trying to work this out and then try to do season two. I don't know if these athletes are going to trust him.
He might have to switch it down and do a junior race or something, like
Yeah.
maybe kind of like, what is it called, nationals or something,
Right.
like how AIT has, like maybe, or maybe college kids. But I mean, even college kids want NIL money, but track isn't that sport where they get a lot of NIL money. So
Mhm.
maybe he can lower down decrease the prices of winning or something like that, and decrease the talent as
Yeah.
far as like Olympians.
Right.
Maybe we can start to see like the new faces, the future of track and field, like Quentin
Yeah.
Wilson or something like that, instead of these people we see every 4 years. Because, like you said, they're not going to trust them. They would probably can get their money elsewhere.
Yeah. For sure. And I think it was a good idea, good concept, and
Right.
he got a lot of he got a lot of good of the top athletes to commit, and they was like, oh, we can win this type of money. We're getting paid more from Grand Slam track that they're offering more than the world's track and field. So yeah, they did it.
I mean, and I know that they did it just too off of the respect of Michael Johnson. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
it was probably a mutual respect thing, but I really, maybe the investor needs to apologize. Like
Yeah.
it's nobody's fault, but at the end of the day,
Yep.
fingers are pointed at him
Yeah.
and his team, which is unfortunate. So
Yeah, he's taking the hit for it, and because his name was all over Grand Slam track, and like I said, great idea, great concept. I mean, me and my wife had a real good time here when it was. We went both days, and it was just to get to see and they took it serious too. You get some of these things they don't take it as serious, but these guys want to win, and it was money. I think it was like $100,000 every time
yeah,
you
like
won a race.
$100, and
Yeah.
even if you didn't win, like you still got money.
Right. Melissa Jefferson Wood, and she swept all three cities, all three, Jamaica, Miami, and Philly. So
Right.
then Kenny Bednarik, so you're talking $300,000. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
look to see what that's how that story unfolds for sure. All right, well, let's get into some Pittsburgh Steelers. I know we talked about this on the last podcast. And
Yeah.
before that, track and field do have Athlos. That's the one in New York City. That's what there's an all women's league that's coming up. I think it's October. And Alexis O'Haney, Serena Williams' husband,
Mhm.
he's leading that. Their first season was really good. So he's going to second season. Now he got money. He's a billionaire. So he's funding a lot of it himself.
What is it called? It was
Athlos.
Athlos.
Yeah, Athlos.
Okay.
And this is their second season. It's in New York. Yeah, they got their thing going up. Six track events, one day, and one field event. So yeah, they have music and yeah, it's like a party. So, but that was good. That was good. I think it's probably gonna be even bigger this season. I think it's October 10th.
Okay, I gotta look into that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's get into your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
You were at? Did you go? You were at training camp, right?
Yes, I actually got the opportunity to go and be on the
Yeah.
sideline this year.
Okay. What did you see? Did you see? What's your expectations? Got Aaron Rodgers as QB, new quarterback. What's your expectations? And what did you see when you was at training camp?
I mean, I feel like I see the same old stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Nothing really like shocked me except all the large names that we have.
Mhm.
But I think I said this last time. I'm not gonna really say anything like super duper positive until I watch us this
Well, I
week
see it.
because I didn't even like what I really seen in the preseason stuff. Only person who really stood out to me was our running back Caleb Johnson. I can't lie, I didn't watch them all the way through because it's just like I had a lot going on. But at training camp, our line does look better. Our O line looks way better. Of course it needs to because we have an old man back there. Um, it was just kind of cool to see the stars, if I'm being honest, like Jalen Ramsey, DK Metcalf, Darius Slay, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward. It was kind of just cool to be around those guys, and I got to interview Pat Fryermuth and Jalen Warren. They were really nice. Seeing the way that the guys interact with the fans was a good experience. But as far as the team, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this better not be another year where we say, "Oh, we have a stacked roster. We have this, and this," and then we don't make it past the first round of playoffs. So, as a Steelers fan right now, I can't say that I'm like super gun ho. Like, oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
there's these younger teams that we have to get by, and we have almost a retirement home as our team. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. The player that I'm most excited to see, honestly, is Jalen Ramsey though. Um, I think he would bring like a different dynamic to the Steelers, and just seeing what he said on the pivot with Ryan Clark, I think he's actually one of those guys who probably will be super duper adjusted to the Pittsburgh culture. You know,
Hmm.
a lot of guys talk about what they see with Mike Tomlin, like, oh, this is different. Like, I've never been coached like this, blah, blah, blah. And then they go out there and then they end up getting traded and they hate us or
Yeah.
something like that. But Jalen Ramsey, he's an older guy, he's mature. Um, he knows what he wants in his career, and I feel like he's one of those guys who will implement exactly what being a Steelers about, especially just the way he plays. It's like old school Steelers football. But the offense, I don't know, cause like all we got is DK. Um, I mean John New, I think he looked good. But our other receivers, Calvin Austin, so it's like I think we should have made a move as far as that.
And get another receiver.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think that Arthur Smith wants to do this whole tight end ordeal. Another person that who hasn't been getting an opportunity, I feel like, is Darnell Washington too, and I seen
Mhm.
him, and he's huge. He was big the last time I went to training camp. When he actually ended up being at Pitts Pro Day, I'm like, oh my God, he's like a create your player character.
Right.
But he's gotten bigger. So I'm like, we need to definitely use him, even if he switches to defense. I don't care. He
Yeah.
needs to be on somebody's roster and he needs to play. So they need to give him some more playing time. Aaron Rodgers didn't really do much the 2 days that I was there. And it was a lot of controversy going on when I was the last 2 days. Cam wasn't practicing. It was more so just like this is the most drama filled off season I feel like we've had since I've been watching Steelers football.
Mm.
And I don't think that they're handling it the best way. Usually we are the team that's like silent assassins.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're just big mouths right now. Like, and it's not even intentional. It's just like it's just messy. It's messy.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Minka trade at all. Um, I didn't like the George Pickens trade at all. I was not expecting that. I'm thinking we're going to be able. Now, if we had George Pickens and DK, I would be like, oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I just hope we make it to the playoffs. I just hope we win our first game. Look, I don't know. Like that, the first game being a revenge game is kind of crazy. I just don't like how I feel like the Steelers have been stabbing people in the back.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. Just from the outside looking in, it looks like you said you get someone like Aaron Rodgers. How's that culture gonna be with him there? You know, Mike Tomlin is one way. He's always been that way. He's been a great leader, good coach, championship coach. And when you get someone like Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP, been to has won a Super Bowl, has his way and everything too. So I'm looking to see how that dynamic's gonna be. Like, Tomlin doesn't he don't mess around. And
Exactly.
and I know he has a
And
lot of
neither
respect
does
for Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers don't.
and Aaron,
I don't know. I feel like it'll be fine.
I think so.
Just because, who knows? Are they the same age? I don't know.
I don't know, but I know they probably got a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah. And that's what it's going to be because we have those older guys on the field. But also, my dad was always telling me, like, he thinks it'll be kind of like with Ben. Because since I don't know how long, we've never had a good offensive coordinator. And that's no shots to Arthur Smith. But my dad is kind of like, we're going to get that type of quarterback back who actually knows what needs to happen. Like with Justin Fields and who else? Mason Rudolph. Goodness.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, like and even Russell Wilson being a veteran, he's still like a rule follower and like listens to plays. Like, but when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers who's gonna go out there like and read the field and not just like, oh, I had to commit to the play that my offensive coordinator told me. That's the only upside that I see happening. We may get a little bit more wild out there. We'll actually, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're able to actually get down the field. That's always been a problem for us over these last couple of years. I hate these linear passes that they always do. I'm just hoping that we get something good out of Aaron Rodgers because looking into the future, Will Howard's a good quarterback, but it'll still be like a restart. I feel like.
Right.
And right now, I don't want to see that. So we need to do something this year, so that if next year goes bad, we could be like, all right, well, we did decent with Aaron Rodgers.
Right. And Aaron Rodgers does bring that either the deep ball and the part of his game that he still has. He's like you said, he's so cerebral, smart. It's just him. Can he stay healthy? Can the line block? And I know that's a weakness in a way for a 40-something-year-old quarterback that can't really move anymore. He can move a little, but he can't move like he used to. But like you said, he can see the field. He's still one of the best throwers with the football. So I think if Tomlin and the offensive coordinator, they let him be Aaron Rodgers, improvise and all that. That's what he used to do. That's when he's at his best. Pittsburgh, the offense might be okay. But I think they're going to lean more into the run game, like old Pittsburgh Steelers. Even though they lost Najee Harris, it's still They still got. I think they still got enough running backs, and they said the two tight ends. So it looks like they're trying to go to that old school Steeler football. But you have a quarterback that he's not a game manager type. This guy want to go out there and just swing the football around. So maybe they find a balance. And that's what I'm looking forward to for the first few weeks with Pittsburgh offensively.
Yeah.
Can they find that balance? I think defensively will be fine. They're gonna be really good defensively. But I think offensively, I think they gotta get some
They gotta get a
continuity
rhythm, you
and
know.
get a
We didn't
rhythm. Yeah.
play in the preseason, so it's like none of us know what we're gonna look like.
Yeah,
Like
what you
we
look like.
played
Yep.
the whole preseason with Skylar Thompson.
Yep.
We didn't even really see Mason Rudolph that much.
Right.
And you know, we didn't see Will Howard at all. Except for in training camp. I just think with all of these big names that we have, it's going to be like, what's the dynamic? You know,
Yeah.
you look at the roster and say, oh, you guys can be successful, but it's like, can you all work together?
Yeah.
Like, and again, Calvin Austin being on the other side of DK Metcalf. I seen Calvin Austin, no shade towards him. He's about as tall as I am. And I'm like, I'm only 4'11. So it was like, it's kind of like, he's a good receiver, don't get me wrong, but I don't really like that.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, the receiving core is not as deep and not as strong, even with DK. And now you got to find chemistry with Rod DK also. Got to find that rhythm. I mean, because DK is a really good receiver, a big receiver that can be deep, and Aaron Rodgers likes that, but they got to find their rhythm and everything. So yeah, it's gonna there's some question marks heading into this season. So see if they get answered. You'll know right in the beginning. But then they can build. So I had a Steelers fan on earlier today, and he said we'll probably be 9-8 outside the first round again. It's like, well,
yeah, it's like we all get hyped. So this year I'm quiet, honestly. I'm quiet because it's just like Aaron Rodgers is unpredictable as far as his health. Now, if we had Aaron Rodgers like 10 years ago, even 10 years ago, I probably would have been okay. But it's just like one little thing. And because he got, I think somebody stepped on him at practice and he took him a while to get up. I said, oh, Lord. I said, this is going to be a long season. And I've always been an Aaron Rodgers fan. Like when he was on the Packers, him and Ben were my two top quarterbacks like as a kid.
Okay.
But now that you're playing for my team, it's like, don't come over here messing nothing up, you know?
Yeah.
So we will see. I'm nervous more than I am excited.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of going through this whole thing. Then we already know if we do bad, it's gonna be, oh my God, Tomlin gotta go. Tomlin's the problem, but he's not gonna leave. Then it's like we don't have a quarterback. Then who knows what we'll get in the draft because we're always at the bottom of the pile when it's time to pick the draft.
Right.
It's gonna go through this whole thing. We're gonna do free agency. Somebody's not gonna get paid. Like I don't. We just
don't want to deal with it.
If
it doesn't work, you want to start over.
This was like a season of Housewives. The way that we was running the off season with T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward, it was all a mess.
Yeah,
so
contract
they need to put all of that drama to the side and go out here and win some games.
Yeah, because I mean, AFC is very top heavy with Kansas City, Baltimore, Buffalo. You got Houston, and then everything else. Everybody else. I mean, that 5 through 10 could be Pittsburgh, could be Cincinnati, could be Jacksonville.
And even just like the AFC North in general is the hardest. I feel like the hardest division in football. It's like the Ravens and the Bengals always are going to give us a run for our money. And they're pretty young teams. Even if you look at the Browns, I mean, nobody really considers them, but they're even a young team.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we going to do with these 30 our 30 and U team, our 30 team? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. That's gonna be it's gonna be an interesting season for the Steelers. So the season starts on Thursday. So looking forward to the new season as well. Well, Donni Rae, it's been always great catching up with you. I know it's late, so I can't. I thank you. It's late here too because I'm in Philly, so a little late. So I know get up, go to work the next day. And yeah, I guess our weekend is over
Yep.
from the long weekend. So, but I always appreciate you coming on. And every time I ask, you always game to come on. So I really appreciate it. And but let everyone know they can follow you and follow you on social media. Follow if they want to ask you a question, as you said, like advice, your your podcast, and all those things.
Yeah, my TikTok and Instagram is the Donnie Rae, DONNIRAE, and my social media for my podcast is she's got dot the lead, and this is my shirt in my merch.
Okay.
So you guys can get a shirt or a
Yeah,
hoodie
yeah.
or
Yeah, support, always support, like, subscribe, all those things. I gotta follow you on TikTok. I don't think I follow you on TikTok, so you better get a follow soon. You definitely get a follow real soon. But I'll follow you on TikTok. But I follow you on everywhere else. So, but I appreciate you. Thank you again, and many blessings this season. The sideline reporting and still writing too.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. I do.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the writing. Yeah, I got the writing, and so. But yeah, just follow Donnie Rae on the social media platforms and the podcast as well. She's got the lead. So thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Thanks. All right, that's a wrap for the show. Um, I can't thank Donnie Rae enough for doing this. I know it's late out here in the East Coast, about 10:30. So yeah, so got a couple more shows this week, and hope everyone it will enjoys NFL kickoff week. First game, my Philadelphia Eagles get their championship banner and ready for the new season. Eagles Cowboys, first game of the year. Can't wait, but I got a couple more shows tomorrow, so be on the lookout for the links and the content. And yeah, so let's get it. And hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening. And until next time, as always, stay safe. God bless.